Crown Jewel 2024 time. Let's talk predictions. You see the light? I had to. It's green. It's not red or blue today because it's Crown Jewel. That's why it's green. Let's talk about it.
The Rock says.
Before we get into the video, we need to have a talk. You see this number? 96%. 96% of you are watching videos and you're not subscribed. Do you have any idea what that looks like? It looks like you're watching the porn from outside in the bushes. Don't be a creep. Pull up a seat, and as long as you got positive vibes, you are welcome to join the Flash family. It's all love over here. It's obviously you're supposed to be joining the family, right? That's why you keep on coming back, and that's why you keep seeing us in your algorithm. We're calling you. The universe is aligning. So go ahead and smack the like button, electrify the subscribe button, and join the family. Now, back to the video. Every year, Crown Jewel is looked at as a glorified house shows. When the Saudi prince decides to put on a huge party for him and all of his friends for his birthday or something like that. And normally it's just a bunch of matches that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. But this year they actually have some storyline driven matches going into Saudi Arabia that, I'm not gonna lie, it's really gotten me excited. So let's get right into it. We're gonna start with the, a fatal four-way? I believe it is for the women's tag team championships. So we got Jade and Bianca taking on Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, who have been going crazy as of late, and Damage Control, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. Personally, I wish they would really just change their names to the Sky Pirates and just be done with the whole Damage Control thing. It's over. It didn't work anymore. After Io lost the championship, that pretty much killed any momentum they had as a group. Dakota Kai's not there anymore. Well, she's not. Well, I think she's hurt. So yeah, just get rid of it all. So typically on these Crown Jewel cards, you always have to expect the unexpected. And what I mean by that is there might just be a title change. Last time Jade and Bianca defended these titles out of the country, I believe, was Clash at the Castle, and they got beat. They lost championships there. But that's because they were the ones that beat them were Scottish. So it makes sense. This time, I wonder if just for the entertainment value alone to the Prince, if that's going to be the reason why Jade and Bianca lose here. I think Io and Kairi, there's a few that can cook up there. I don't know how long they're going to do the whole Jade and Bianca's team storyline before they start to break them up. Maybe they start that around Royal Rumble, or it happens at Royal Rumble, but it is November. So if you're going to start sowing those seeds, it would be a good time now, I think, to create that storyline. Whereas with Damage Control, put it this way. If you watched Heat Wave this past Sunday, then you saw Stephanie Vicure and Julia team up to take on Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. That match stole the show. That, for my money, that was my favorite match. These women absolutely tore the house down. Now imagine that team against Io Sky and Kairi Sane at one of those big NXT PLEs. Exactly. It would be phenomenal. Now, if you saw the same match, but it was Bianca and Jade, do you think it would have the same effect? Granted, it would be size versus speed, but when you got two speed people, you got a high flyer, you got international stardom in the ring, they always deliver better, in my opinion. And I would love to see that match. So, as far as Chelsea Green and Piper Niven go, I don't see them winning this match. They are a great team together. They are very entertaining together, but I don't really see them as anything more than a entertainment gag. Piper Niven's a great wrestler. Chelsea Green's not bad, but she's a much better character than she is a wrestler, at least in WWE. And I can't imagine them picking up a victory unless it's one of those shock out of nowhere type of victories and Bianca and Jay just get the titles right back. As far as Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, they have been insane, as I said before. I think you might as well just go ahead and put them on the main roster at this point, but I don't think they're ready to be tag team champions unless they just have huge plans for these two. Would I like to see a rivalry between Bianca, Jade, Lash, and Jakara? I don't know. I don't know how impressive Jakara is in comparison to Lash. Lash has a size, has athleticism, and has a pretty strong look. And you can always tell different stories whenever they decide to get Trick Williams back on the main, pushed up to the main roster. But as far as Jakara goes, I don't know where she stands. And forgive me if you guys know of any Jakara Jackson matches that are outstanding. Comment them, like leave them in the comments. But yeah, I haven't seen enough to really believe that they're going to be the ones to dethrone the champs. So I think this is a two-team match at the end of the day. And personally, I would like to see Io and Kyrie win, but I doubt they will. So I'm going to have to go with Bianca and Jay here. Next up, we got a triple threat match for the United States Championship. LA Knight taking on Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I don't think it's a secret who I want to win this. I definitely want to see Carmelo Hayes get some shine. But ultimately, I feel like he's got a little bit more work to do. Who knows? Putting the championship on him could be a way to build him up more in front of the audience. But I don't think that it's his time to necessarily be champion just yet. Braun Breaker had to wait a few months. I think Carmelo should do the exact same thing. He has a great looks, great talker, great in-ring, but I just don't know if it's that time yet. But then it's the question of the way they've been promoting it. Is it kind of telegraphed that he's going to be the one to win, and then just have a feud with LA Knight, and that cooks up? Well, that finishes out the year there. Maybe you put the title back on him at Royal Rumble, or you just have Carmelo just go on this reign. Either way, he's my favorite to win this match, so I'm going to stick with Carmelo. I think Andrade and LA Knight. LA Knight is over with the crowd still. You can still have him, like I said, go after Carmelo, but I don't really know what benefit Andrade has outside of this feud. So he's unfortunately a non-factor here. And like I said before, I'm going with Carmelo on this one. Now, this next match might be the most emotionally charged match on this card. And you know how I love my emotionally charged storylines. Kevin Owens taking on Randy Orton. This pretty much all started when Cody, Kevin, and Randy all started to team up and take on the Bloodline. And was it just the Bloodline? Yeah, I think it was just the Bloodline. And so we know that Kevin has had, well, all three of these men have had dark histories with the Bloodline, specifically Roman's Bloodline. And so KO is continuously, I mean, he gets into it with Jacob Fatu so many times, and he's continuously had issues with Solo. So the only two people that were on his side doing all that were Randy and Cody. So Kevin began to trust them too. Well, when Cody decided that he was going to go team with Roman, this rubbed Kevin the wrong way. And as it should. I don't think we need to live in this WWE universe where everything is forgiven for Roman. Roman did a lot of bad, kayfabe-wise. He manipulated a lot of people. He hurt a lot of people on his way to becoming so dominant. And people just don't forget that, especially when you've had story after story after story with this guy. He's called out your family. He said and done things to a man that you just shouldn't do without any type of repercussions. And rightfully so, Kevin didn't like it, and he voiced his grievance. But Cody was like, just trust me. I trust him. He did give his word. I understand where you're coming from. I'm going to ride with him. And Cody and Kevin just never got on board with it, and he wound up jumping Cody outside of Bad Blood after the show was over by his bus. So this Kevin, we haven't seen like I said, an emotionally charged side of Kevin Owens. And this is what Triple H was trying to tell Randy on SmackDown. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about you. Because he don't have no allegiance to you no more. He is going out not to fight you. It is to hurt you. I suspended him because I didn't want to have him around you. You just got back. You got steel rods in your spine. You really ain't even supposed to be walking for real. But now you want to wrestle Kevin Owens? No. So this is the way they framed it. makes me excited to see, okay, well, what's new with Kevin? As far as the match goes, I kind of feel like you have to have Kevin win. Otherwise, what was the purpose of all this? If he's just gonna get beaten and then go away, if you can't beat Randy, why do you think in the story you're gonna be able to beat Cody? That doesn't make sense. And so if we're gonna get Cody versus Kevin again, that's the direction we need to go in. We don't need to see Kevin get beat on his first match back. And as far as Randy goes, well, Randy doesn't really necessarily need the win, but we eventually have to get to the point where it's going to be Randy versus Cody. And with this match being in the way, I still don't have no idea how they're going to get there. But like I said, I'm going with Kevin to win this match. All right, so for my money, the next match I'm the most excited about is Seth Rollins versus Bronson Reed. I'll be honest, I don't care who wins this match. I just want to see them fight. I want to see how creative they can get with destruction spots. Is that a yeah? Let's go with that. I want to see barricades explode. I want to see tables flattened. I want to see chairs. I would love to see a Shane McMahon-esque spot from Seth Rollins, or a tsunami off the stage through a table. I need to see these things. I don't care who gets the 1, 2, 3. Seth doesn't need to win, and Bronson is Bronson is doing the best work of his WWE tenure. I need to see these guys just fight. So I don't know. For the sake of the video, I'm gonna say Bronson Reed, because sometimes I just want to see the world burn. So yeah, this is what I'm going for. But what I think should happen is it should be a no contest or disqualification of some sort, and they continue this thing going down the road. I think this should be the next trilogy of matches that we get going into WrestleMania season. Next up, we're going to get into the first of 2 Crown Jewel Championship matches. The women's side, Nia Jax, WWE Champion, Women's Champion, taking on Liv Morgan, the Women's World Champion. On paper, Nia, given how she's been booked, probably Liv. I think there's got to be some sort of shenanigans here, and this is how you're going to get Liv defeating Nia, whether it be because of Raquel, because Tiffy can't really equalize the power and the strength of Raquel. So I would say, or okay, here's what could be interesting. What if Tiffy cashes in? What are the dynamics of what could happen there? If she cashes in a briefcase, is it now a triple threat match for both titles, or is it a triple threat match for all 3 titles? So she can either pick the championship she wants to cash in on. She can pick all 3 championships, so she can leave with the Women's World Championship, the WWE Championship, and the Crown Jewel Championship. I know that's probably not going to happen, but I don't know. I feel like this could be so interesting that I really want to see it. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple here. I got Liv Morgan just because of heel shenanigans. The next match is what I believe is going to be the most anticipated from a mass perspective, and that's Roman Reigns and the Usos, the OG Bloodline, taking on the new Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, and it seems to be Jacob Fatu if he can get allowed in the country. They've really been rushing this whole storyline of Jay forgiving Roman and Jimmy for what they've done to him in the past, but I hear rumor they sped it up because the Prince wanted to see the OG Bloodline at Crown Jewel. So you kind of got to give him what you want, or what he wants. But I guess for the match, if we're talking about just the match here, I think the new Bloodline needs to win, because at every single opportunity, Roman has dropped Solo and this new Bloodline. But now they're starting to showcase some tenacity and fight back against Roman and actually leave him laying a couple nights on SmackDown. So if you want to make this faction even more credible going into War Games, there needs to be some, like I said, some urgency, and I still haven't seen any urgency from Roman just yet. So I think from a story perspective, to keep everything fresh, new, and exciting, New Bloodline needs to win this, and that's going to set up Roman losing, like started to really lose it, and he's going to challenge Solo and the New Bloodline to War Games in November. If you think about it, why else would Roman want to get Sammy back in the Bloodline? When Roman and Jimmy don't like Sammy, what's the purpose? If you beat the New Bloodline here, why do you need Sammy? So there needs to be a reason for him to go, all right, yeah, we still need help. We can't, I don't want to trust you, but we need your help. So will you go to war with us? It just, I don't know. It makes more sense that way. And finally, we have what I believe is going to be the main event, the Crown Jewel Championships men's side, the WWE champion Cody Rhodes taking on the World Heavyweight champion Gunther. I got Gunther winning this one. I think it matters more to him. I think Cody has other things he needs to worry about in Kevin Owens and eventually Randy Orton, that this Crown Jewel Championship does nothing really for his brand. I think we already know that he's the guy right now. Questionably, it could be Roman. But yeah, I don't see a need for Cody to win. And Gunther's, I've said this before in previous videos, him continuing to stack accolades just makes his demeanor and his character matter that much more. Showcasing that I've won everything there is to win. You can't beat me because everyone else has tried and I've beaten everyone else. I have the trophies to prove it. Now, how do we get there? I'm probably going to say Kevin's going to come down and somehow cost Cody the match, and that's how we get Gunther winning. But yeah, I think it just makes more sense for Gunther to take the whole thing here. And that is it. That is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Welcome to all the new subscribers and the new members of the Flash family. If you made it this far in the video, comment down below. Throw up a 1. Throw up a 1 for Roman and the OG Bloodline. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you down the road. And remember to be safe, be blessed, be kind. Peace.
The Rock says,